is a very very senior devotee. That's the one line I sing. And he's a he's a IITN from gold medalist for mathematics from IIT Mumbai. And last but not the least, he is a very revolutionary preacher. I've heard from my seniors. I was not there that time in Krishna consciousness, but I've heard from seniors that he was the most systematic way he used to make the presentations, prepare the notes and the files. It was the planning of the class used to be very fantastic. So that is one speciality which Prabhuji has. Of course, he doesn't like his glorification, but just to brief it out to you, yes, he is a secretary of ISKCON Juhu, and that's it. I won't speak much because he doesn't like being talked much about him. He always says, Prabhuji, I asked once, Prabhuji, आपके बारे में जरा details भेजो ना. So Prabhuji said, I am Gokuleshwar Das. So my qualification is I am a Das. So that is all he is like. I mean, he's very down to earth in that matter. So without delay, I'll hand over the floor to Gokuleshwar Prabhuji, and Jigar Prabhuji can start the recording. Please, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ramjivan Prabhu. So we'll have Radha Madhav, then class, then question answers. Yes. Thank you. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari, Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. जय श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे, निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। So the next upcoming festival, major festival, is Shri Krishna Janmashtami, celebrating the birth of the one who never takes birth. Krishna is unborn, ajanma, does not take birth. But we celebrate his birthday. We celebrate his Janmashtami. So Krishna, he came down 5,000 years ago visible to our eyes. That day is called appearance. Appearance means visible to our eyes, not birth, as we know the word birth for an ordinary child. Just like tomorrow morning, we will see the sun in the sky. Now we cannot see, but tomorrow morning we can see. So will we say that will take birth or sun took birth? No, sun is there even now at the same place. We can't see the sun. Tomorrow the sun will come in front of our eyes. But sun does not take birth. Sun is visible to our eyes. So that's called appearance of the sun, not birth of the sun. So in the same way, Krishna's appearance is celebrated as Janmashtami because he does pastime of taking birth. But that doesn't mean he does not exist before birth. Krishna exists eternally, Satchit Ananda, permanently, always exists. He is beyond time. Even time exists after Krishna. So Krishna is always existing, eternal. He does not take birth. He just happens to be visible to the world. And that day is celebrated as Janmashtami. And he is called Avatar. Avatar means one who comes down. Called Avatar, one who comes down. Not if you go from your first or second floor down, you become Avatar. One who comes down from the spiritual world to the material realm on his own will. It's not fall down. One who comes on his own will. He is called Avatar. So there is Ram Avatar. Lord Ramchandra appeared in Ayodhya. Incarnation. There is Vara Avatar, Vaman Avatar, Parshuram Avatar, Buddha Avatar, Kalki Avatar. How many avatars are there? 10, 20, 21, 26, 27. There is a confusion. I'll tell you a very simple way to count the number of incarnations. Very easy. You go visit this Juhu beach near the temple and sit down, and you will see waves in the ocean, and count those waves. As many waves, that many avatars, that many incarnations. Unlimited, uncountably unlimited, uncountably infinite. We can't even count the number of avatars, the number of incarnations of Krishna. Not only he comes on earth planet, he comes in all other planets. Not only he comes in human species, he comes in all other species. Unlimited number of incarnations in unlimited planets, in unlimited forms, for unlimited reasons. He comes down. But Krishna, mind well, is not an avatar. He is avatari. Avatari means source of all other avatars, source of all other incarnations, the original supreme personality of Godhead. So of course, because he comes down, Technically, he can be called avatar, Krishna avatar. But in order to understand that he is different from other avatars, he is called avatari. Which means all the unlimited, infinite avatars, Vishnu expansions, they come from Krishna. Janmadi asya yataha. Krishna is the source of all emanations. Everything which exists around us comes from Krishna. Absolute truth. Supreme Personality of Godhead. Samam Bonam Param Satya. The source of everything. Krishna is not just God. In fact, Krishna is not God. Because the word God is limited word. Dictionary meaning of God means controller. Ishwar, controller. Krishna is not just controller. He is supreme controller. Krishna is not just supreme controller. He is supreme creator as well. Krishna is not just supreme controller and supreme creator. He is supreme master as well. Krishna is not just supreme controller, supreme creator and supreme master. He is supreme enjoyer as well. Krishna is not just controller, creator, master, enjoyer. He is maintainer, he is destructor, he is master, he is Param Bhokta, he is Lord in the heart, he is all pervading. We can go on, but you will never be able to define Krishna. So the best word for him is not God. The best word for him is absolute truth. Param Satya. Transcendental. Source of everything. Samam Bonam. Original Supreme Personality of Godhead. So it is very great fortune that we in this human form of life are aware about Krishna, who is our source, who is Samam Bonam, and we are aware of our relationship with Krishna, that each one of us is part and parcel of Krishna. But it's very great misfortune that we have forgotten this relationship. We have forgotten our relationship with Krishna, who is sitting in our heart, and we are busy with so many other relationships. Husband, wife, mother, father, son, daughter, brother, sister, and so many other relations and neighbors and friends. And relationships are not enough. People keep dogs and cats and have relationship with dogs. And they love dogs. And they take the dog for walk and bathing and sleeping and feeding and cleaning. And they become very happy by that. Cleaning the shit of the dog, they become, wow, very happy. And now that is not sufficient. We want more friends on Facebook. And 1,000 is not enough. 2,000 is not enough. 3,000 is not enough. We want many more. But the best friend, the original friend, is sitting in our heart, standing in our heart, but we have forgotten him. So, to remind us of himself, Krishna comes down. To remind us that we have a loving relationship with him, he comes down. To remind us that we can be happy by having a relationship with him, he comes down. To remind us that we can have pastimes with him, he comes down. He comes down to attract us. And he attracts us by his name. So sweet, holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He comes down and attracts us by his beautiful form, Shyam Sundar, very beautiful, with lotus petal like eyes, bow like eyebrows, curly black hair, mirror like cheeks, and reddish lips, and pearl like white teeth, and moon like face, and blackish bluish body, and broad chest, and thin waist, and lotus like palms, and soles, and feet, and navel, and yellow dhoti, and a peacock feather, and a flute. Oh, so mesmerizing beauty. He attracts us with his beautiful form and face. And he attracts us with his transcendental qualities and his beautiful pastimes. So when we every day hear Krishna Katha, pastimes of Krishna, we develop attraction, we develop attachment, we develop affection for Krishna, and finally we develop love for Krishna. So he comes down to attract us, to recruit his devotees. And he comes down, Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Dushkrita, to protect his devotees and to kill demons. And that is how 5,000 years ago Krishna, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, came down when Lord Brahma prayed to him on the request of Mother Earth. He came down as a son of Devaki and Vasudev. First he appeared in the heart of Vasudev. Then he transferred himself from heart of Vasudev to heart of Devaki. Then he transferred himself from heart of Devaki to womb of Devaki. And then from womb of Devaki he appeared outside the body of Devaki. So his was not a material birth where a husband and wife sexually unite and a baby is born. No. He just appeared in a four-handed Vishnu form, wearing clothes and ornaments and weapons and garland, and speaking and smiling sweetly. No baby is born with ornaments and garments and garland and weapons, with four hands, smiling and big body. But he appeared in the Vishnu form. He gave his darshan and gave fearlessness and blessings to Vasudeva and Devaki. And he requested Vasudeva to transfer him to Gokul in the house of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya. Nanda Maharaj is very close friend of Vasudeva. And Yashoda Maya, Nanda Maharaj's wife, is pregnant in Gokul. And Krishna appears in Mathura in the jail of Kans. And after he instructs Vasudeva, he becomes a small baby whom Mother Devaki puts in a basket, and suddenly the guards, they sleep, and the chains of Vasudeva's body, hands and legs were tied with chains. They open, and the gates open, and everybody in Mathura is sleeping. And Vasudeva carries baby Krishna to Gokul Vrindavan. The same night Krishna appeared in Mathura, he got transferred to Vrindavan in Gokul Gaon. And after 3.5 years, he got transferred from Gokul to Chhattikara. And from there, he got transferred after few months to Nandagaon. And there, after 7 years, he got transferred from Nandagaon again to Mathura. And from Mathura again, he went to Ujjain. And after 2 months, he came back to Mathura. Then he got transferred to Dwarika. Now you see how the parampara is still going. And so many people in Uttar Pradesh keep on getting transferred again and again. So that is going on since 5,000 years. But in Dwarka, he married and got settled. Then he didn't get transferred, though he travelled to Kurukshetra and Hastinapur. That's why Gujarat is little stable. Okay, no problem. Uttar Pradesh is little volatile. It's parampara going on. So Vasudev, he took baby Krishna in the basket at dead night 12 o'clock when it was raining and dark, and he had to cross the Yamuna river between Mathura and Vrindavan, and the river was flooded. Still, he performed his service to Krishna, and he walked crossing the flooded river, so much waters, and the water was so heavy current flowing. And at one point of time, baby Krishna, he jumped from the basket down in the waters to take bath. And it was dark. Vasudev became mad. He was crying with tears and jumping inside water and swimming and searching for his baby. And he became mad and panicked, and somehow finally he found baby Krishna. Vasudev loves Krishna so much. So then finally he crossed the river and he went to Nanda Bhavan. Nanda Bhavan, the house of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maiya. And he entered like a thief inside the house of Nanda Maharaj. And he went to the room of Yashoda Maiya. Yashoda Maiya had already given birth to a baby. And nobody knew in the whole house that Yashoda Maiya gave birth to a baby, because as soon as Yashoda Maiya gave birth, she went to sleep because she was so tired. She didn't know who was born, whether boy or girl. She just knew some baby is born, and she slept unconscious. So Yashoda Maiya had given birth to a baby girl, Yogamaya. So Vasudev at dead night went to Yashoda's room, kept his boy and took her girl and came back to Mathura. Now this seems to be a highly immoral activity. First of all, to escape the prison. Second, to go to the house of your friend dead night 12 o'clock without informing him like a thief. And third, to go to the bedroom of friend's wife who is sleeping. And fourth, to exchange the baby so that my boy is protected and the girl gets died in the hands of Kamsa. Who will do this? No gentleman would like to do this. And Vasudev is such a nice character person. A devotee. Why will a devotee do an immoral activity? Why would a devotee allow his friend's daughter to be killed so that his son is protected? Why would a devotee go to his friend's wife's room at night 12 o'clock when she is sleeping without informing the friend? What would have happened if somebody had found Vasudev outside the jail? Big scandal. What would have happened if Nanda Maharaj or somebody found him in the palace? And what would happen if somebody caught him red-handed in the room of Yashoda Maiya? But still Vasudev did all this in spite of being such a nice character, cultured person, such a nice gentleman. He put his reputation at stake just to obey Krishna. This is a devotee who is ready to sacrifice not just his wealth and body, not just his material objects and ambitions, but even his honor, even is ready to be called an immoral person in the history to serve Krishna. Devotional service is beyond ordinary morality. That doesn't mean we start doing this at night 12 o'clock. We don't have such instructions. But Vasudeva is so great. So he brought the baby girl back to Mathura in the jail of Kans. And here Yashoda Maya is still sleeping and baby Krishna is with him, with her. And she is not aware that Krishna, a boy, is born to her. And after a few hours at midnight, Krishna cried, just as babies cry. And when Krishna cried, Yashoda Maya's sleep broke, hearing the child's cry. And she bent over the baby and saw such a beautiful boy. She couldn't decide whether it's blue lotus or blue emerald, blue pearl, Neelamani or Neel Kamal. She was surprised to see such a beautiful, soft boy. And she was in tears and she was in ecstasy and her hairs were standing and perspiring and body was trembling. Tears were flowing from her eyes. Such a beautiful boy with curly, thick black hair and lotus petal-like eyes. And so soft, sleek skin and small, small fingers and small, small hands and small, small legs and lips and ears. And so soft body. So she was very attracted. She was considering herself very fortunate that a boy is being born, and that too such a beautiful boy. And surprised and shocked to have a black boy, because she is fair in skin and Yandu Baba both are fair in skin. Both are fair. And how can a husband is fair, wife is fair, and child is not fair, black? She was surprised. Bluish black, but very, very attractive. And she was on the bed and she was bent over the boy. The boy was here and she was bent over, overlooking such a beautiful features of the boy. Now, what are the first words she spoke after seeing this beautiful boy with tears and love in her heart, tears in her eyes and love in her heart? The first words she spoke while seeing Krishna is, "Get out! Get out!" These are the first words she spoke. Nobody in the room. So what is happening is, when Yashoda Maya is bent over to see Krishna, she saw her own self reflected on Krishna's body. Krishna's skin is so sleek that it appears like mirror. So she saw her own self reflected on Krishna's skin. And she thought, some Dayan, some witch has captured my boy. So she said, "Get out! Get out!" So when she is shouting like this, the elderly ladies who are serving Yashoda Maya in the adjacent room, they hear the noise. So they wake up and they come inside. And they are very happy to see a prince is born, a Rajkumar. A beautiful boy is born. Yashoda Maiya and Nanda Maharaj, their marriage was almost 40-50 years now. She was above 50 years. And they didn't had a child since that time. So they were eagerly waiting to have a child. And now they got such a beautiful boy. So they were very happy. And the elderly ladies also were very happy who were Sakhis of Yashoda Maiya. And they were happy to see a boy. And they're happy to see such a beautiful boy. Like a blue diamond. So effulgent. And so beautiful bodily features. And so attractive bodily features. Small eyes and hands and legs and stomach and chest and eyes and curly hair and ears and lips. So attractive. So then they called Yashoda Maiya, 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 pick him up, pick him up, give your breast milk, feed him. You know, mother's love is such that as soon as the child is born, mother's blood converts into milk. This is amazing. No scientist today can take 1 liter blood and perform a chemical reaction to convert it into 1 liter milk. Any scientist can do? No. But mother's body is such that blood converts into milk. Shouldn't we give Nobel Prize to all the mothers? A scientist cannot do this. They know chemical formula for blood as well as chemical formula for milk. So why don't they make this conversion, which mother's body does every day? So the actual formula is blood plus love is equal to milk. Because of love for the child, the blood converts into milk. And that milk is nectarian for the child. Child cannot digest anything else but that milk. And mother's affection and love for the child is such that even if she is in pain or fever, she happily feeds milk to the baby. And she enjoys doing that. What to speak about Yashoda Maiya, who has unlimited love and affection for Krishna. She is a first-class mother. So Krishna is crying. And the elderly Sakhis are telling, Maiya, Maiya, Yashoda, Yashoda, pick him up and give your breast milk. Put the nipple in the mouth, he will suck. But Maiya is not doing that. Maiya is hesitating. She is not lifting the baby. She is just with tears in her eyes, in her own ecstasy, watching the baby who is crying for milk, actually crying for love. So the elderly ladies push again, Yashoda, pick him up, utha lo, pilao, doodh pilao. But no, Maiya is not picking up. Why is she not picking up? Because she is afraid. She is hesitant, fearful. She thinks that my chest, my breast are so hard and this boy is so soft, he will get hurt. My lap is hard and boy is soft, he will get hurt. So I will not pick up. You see, Krishna's body is so soft that Maiya is afraid to touch. Krishna's body is soft like butter. Any one of you touched butter? What happens when you touch butter? When you touch butter without applying any pressure or force, just by touching butter, your finger will go inside butter. You don't have to apply force and pressure. Just touch and your finger will go inside. Krishna's body is soft like butter. If you touch Krishna, your finger will go inside his body. He is so soft. If you have visited Vrindavan, you will see there are rose flowers with very soft rose petals, very fragrant. And even here you get rose petals or lotus petals, flowers, very soft. Imagine you get an opportunity to take these very soft petals to Golok Vrindavan. Smuggling is not allowed there, but just imagine. And you do nice abhishek of Shyam Sundar, you offer him these petals on his body. Soft, very soft petals. How will you feel? अच्छा लगेगा. Offering pushpa abhishek, flower abhishek, petal abhishek. How will Shyam Sundar feel with those rose petals? He will feel some iron rods have been put in his body. He is so soft that those petals are very hard for him. That Krishna who is so soft, we want him to stay in our heart. Will he not feel pain if he sits in a hard heart? That's why he doesn't come. He will come only if our heart is soft. If our heart is hard, then he will not come. He will not be comfortable. So unless we make our heart soft, we can't invite Krishna in our heart. Krishna will not steal our heart. Soft heart means soft qualities. Soft qualities means qualities of tolerance, forgiveness, compassion, truthfulness, honesty, humility, self-control, austerity, sense control, peaceful, clean, wise, friendliness, merciful, kindness, charitable. These are soft qualities. Nowadays, people don't even know the list of these qualities, forget having them. No school syllabus has a list of these qualities. So if our heart is hard heart means dishonesty, untruthfulness, uncleanliness, rude behavior, harsh speech, and cheating mentality, and sinful activities, lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion, bad habits, envy, then Krishna will not steal this heart and Krishna will not come in our heart. So we have to make our hard heart soft. Just like gopis make hard curd soft butter. Krishna doesn't steal yogurt, he steals butter. Because butter is soft and yogurt is hard comparatively. So every day in the morning, gopis wake up to make hard yogurt soft by churning. In the same way, we have to every day wake up to make our hard heart soft by chanting. Chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Attentive chanting of minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra without offenses every day will make us eligible to invite Krishna in our heart. Otherwise, our life is wasted. So we have to churn, we have to chant. Then only our heart is ready for Krishna. Then only we can attract Krishna. So Krishna's body is extremely soft. So one whose body is so soft, how much soft must be his heart? And what about the pure devotee who stays in the heart of Krishna? How soft he must be. And such pure devotee we hurt or offend, that's aparad. Then Krishna doesn't give mercy. So pure sadhu is very sensitive person because he has soft heart and hence he can stay in Krishna's heart. So Vaishnava aparad is very dangerous. By performing offenses to the lotus feet of devotees, Vaishnavas, we will never get success in Krishna consciousness. So Yashoda Maya is highly hesitant that how can I pick this soft boy? He will feel hurt. But the elderly gopis and sakhis and ladies, wives of the brahmanas around, they again and again implore her, please pick him up, please give him milk. And finally she picks up Krishna and she starts feeding Krishna her breast milk. And when she is doing it, she is very close. She is very holding the baby very close to her eyes. And now she sees more Krishna's various bodily and facial features. And Krishna's small lips and small nose and small eyes and small hands and legs and curly hair. Shining, effulgent, even though blackish body, but still effulgent. So attractive, like a lotus flower, blue lotus flower, like a blue sapphire. So she is very happy to see the beautiful boy. And she feeds him her breast milk, and so much love she has, so she has unlimited amount of milk which she is feeding. Meanwhile, one Brahmana lady asked another Brahmana lady that did we inform Nanda Maharaj? They said no, he does not know. Early morning Nanda Maharaj woke up and straight went to the field to take care of the farming. So he doesn't know the boy is been born. So they send one old Brahmana lady, go to the farm and inform Nanda Maharaj. So she goes running to the field. In the field, Nanda Maharaj, his brother Upananda and his staff are there, and he is supervising the farming work, and so many cows and calves are there. And she goes running and she goes to Nanda Maharaj, the king of the land. And she is in ecstasy because she is about to give a good news that a boy is been born to Yashoda. But somehow she is very shy to inform Nanda Maharaj. How should I tell? So she doesn't speak to Nanda Maharaj. She speaks to one of the staff who is working near Nanda Maharaj. And what does she speak to the staff? She said, "Hey, Nand ka chora nahi dekha kya? Didn't you go to see Nanda's boy?" As soon as Nanda Maharaj heard this, he felt so much joy in his heart. His hairs were standing on end and his voice choked up. He couldn't express anything and tears were coming and his body was trembling. He was so joyful in ecstasy when he heard a boy is born. Immediately he took a pearl necklace from his neck and gifted to that lady. And he started running towards the house, and while running he told Upananda, his brother, that all the cows in the field present now gifted to the husband of this lady. She brought good news. And asked this lady, what does she want? Whatever she desires, give her. And while running towards the house, he was so happy that he got very much confused, that who is born? Who is born? Boy or joy? Because he was feeling so joyful. And yes, Krishna is joy. Satchit Ananda. Krishna is Ananda, Paramananda. He is joy. When we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Krishna's holy name is not different from Krishna. So we are directly coming in contact with joy. We are directly coming in contact with Krishna, who is joy. and automatically we will be joyful. There is nothing in this world as joyful as chanting the holy name and hearing Krishna consciousness. Hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing Krishna Katha, Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's qualities and Krishna's pastimes. They are joyful. And when we chant, we feel joy. When we hear Krishna Katha, we feel joy. When we speak Krishna Katha, we feel joy. When we see beautiful decorated forms of Radha Rasbihari, we feel joyful. When night we get darshan of Abhishek, we feel joyful. Because there's a natural loving relationship with Krishna. That's why we feel joyful when Krishna is decorated. We feel joyful when Krishna is being served. When we go to temple and have a glimpse of Abhishek where Krishna is being decorated nicely and poured milk and curd and ghee and honey and water and fruit juice, and then offered a garland and nice garments and nice ornaments, we feel so much joy. You see, on the day of Janmashtami, lakhs of people are there at night, 12 o'clock, waiting for one glimpse of Radha Rasbihari. If one of you is put on the stage and we start doing Abhishek with milk, ghee, curd, fruit juice, how many people will come to see? And those who see, will they feel joyful? No. But we have a natural relationship with Krishna, so when He is pleased, we naturally feel joyful in our heart. And Janmashtami is a day where devotees don't eat whole day. Don't drink water whole day. They don't sleep. And they work 100 times more than average per day of the year. So if there is a day in your life where you don't get to eat, don't get to sleep, don't get to drink, and you have to do 100 times more work, would you be looking forward for such a day? No. But we are looking forward for Janmashtami and preparing for 2-3 months in advance. Because He is joy and we derive joy. Janmashtami Tithi is a day when Bhakti is born in our heart. And Bhakti is growing in our heart. Our enthusiasm grows. So practicing Krishna consciousness is Kevala Ananda Khanda. Simply joyful. Fully joyful. Ananda. If we are not feeling joyful, we are not doing it properly. Or something else is obstructing. We are in Maya. So we continue performing our bhakti and joy will come. Chant and be happy. So when Krishna is born, Nanda Maharaj is joyful and Yashoda Maiya is joyful and Devaki and Vasudeva are joyful. And all the Braj Gopis are joyful, and the Brajvasis are joyful, and the cowherd men are joyful, and the flowers are joyful, and the monkeys and peacocks and cows and calves and deer and all the animals are joyful, and sun and moon are joyful, and stars are joyful, and demigods are joyful, and apsaras are joyful, the brahmanas are joyful. Automatically there is joy in the atmosphere, in the sky, in the earth, and in the ocean. Everywhere there is joyful atmosphere, pleasant atmosphere, everywhere. That's a natural outcome of coming in contact with Krishna. So we have this human form of life, a very great opportunity to remain in contact with Krishna 24 hours, either by chanting the holy name, of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, or reading Srimad Bhagavatam, or taking darshan, or performing aarti, or preaching, or doing book distribution, or making garland, or decorating the deity, or cooking for the deity, or doing some services. 24 hours we should be connected to Krishna. Then 24 hours we are connected with joy. Like a small child in the lap of the mother, 24 hours he is happy. Whether it's passing stool or urine or diaper change or clothes change or sleep or feeding, he is just happy 24 hours because mother is taking care. He is in the lap of the mother. When he is not on the lap, he is crying. So Krishna is our mother and father. We just have to take his shelter, then we will be happy. When we go away from him, we have to cry. So choice is ours, whether to be joyful or whether to be in distress. So by taking shelter of Krishna, we become joyful. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has given us an easy process. Srila Prabhupada has given a very easy process. We just have to practice that process, get up early morning and attend Mangalarti and chant our rounds and hear Srimad Bhagavatam and worship Tulsi Maharani and Guru Puja and Narsingha Arti and 4 executive principles and Prasadam and preaching and Seva. So let us allow Krishna to take birth in our heart. Let us make our heart ready for Janmashtami. Let us clean our heart and be a pure soul by eradicating all the anarthas and dirty things and keeping our heart pure by soft qualities, by good Vaishnava qualities, and that happens by chanting the holy name of Krishna. We chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and we hear. The holy name comes out of the mouth and goes into the ears. From the ears, the holy name goes into the heart. And in the heart, the holy name does miracle and the soul is awakened that yes, I am servant of Krishna. That is called self-realization, that I am servant of Krishna. I am part and parcel of Krishna. That's all we need. And this only possible by hearing. The soul in the heart can be awakened only by transcendental sound vibration which enters our ears. Through hearing, Shravanam, hearing the holy name which we chant and hearing the Katha which we hear from devotees. That's the only way, there is no other way. So this process should continue, hearing, Shravanam, Kirtanam, chanting without offenses and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, every day. Nityam means every day. Nowhere it says Sunday Bhagavata Sevaya, that every Sunday you hear Bhagavatam. Or Kabhi Kabhi Bhagavata Sevaya, that sometimes you hear Bhagavatam. Nityam, every day we hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So this human form is a great opportunity to every day hear Srimad Bhagavatam, every day chant the holy name, every day take darshan of Krishna, every day offer service and do other activities, devotional activities, so that this life we become successful, which means we develop love for Krishna. So Nanda Maharaj is so joyful that he rushes to the house, and after darshan of Krishna, 5 days he celebrates birthday of Krishna, which is called Nanda Utsav, amazing birthday, amazing celebration. And what happens these 5 days, we'll discuss some other day. Okay, time up. We will end here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Krishna Janmashtami ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. If there are any comments or questions, you may please ask.
Recording stopped.
Yes, anybody has got any doubts, questions, can ask Prabhuji. Prabhuji, can you spare another 5 to 7 minutes?
Yes.
Then Prabhuji, please enlighten on Balram Jayanti also. Just in the shortest, briefest form. Though I know it cannot be done in such a short, but we want a person who can really enlighten us. Why Balram's birth? Well, there's one other question also attached to that. Just 7 days before, how come Balramji was born? Was it a reason? Is there any reason for that? Or was it a 1 year gap before Balram was born? How was it like? One question is that. And second question is just on what is the importance of Balramji?
So Balramji is non-different from Krishna. He appears with Krishna whenever Krishna appears to offer service to him. So Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki Mata. Before that, there were 6 children who appeared in the womb of Devaki Mata, whom Kamsa killed. So these 6 children were actually 6 asuras in the past life, who were cursed by Hiranyakashipu to be killed by Kamsa. So when the 6 Asuras came in the womb of Devaki Mata, the womb became contaminated. So Balramji came before Krishna in the womb of Devaki to clean the womb, to purify the womb, to keep a nice asan for Krishna to sit and fill a water of glass and put some makhan or sweet something, so that Krishna is comfortable there. And then he was transferred from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. So Balramji is the first expansion of Krishna, and he is the one who comes in our heart to keep it ready for Krishna to appear. So without Balram's mercy, Krishna cannot appear in our heart. And that's why Balram is Adi Guru, the original spiritual master. And the spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master in the parampara, is representative of Lord Balram, who bestows his mercy, Balram's mercy to us. And only by Lord Balram's mercy and blessings we can hope to receive Krishna's love, Krishna's mercy and blessings. So Balramji appears just 15 days before Krishna, or in the Tithi, 7 days before Krishna. So Balramji appears in the Devaki's womb, then is transferred to Rohini's womb, and he stays in Rohini's womb for a longer time, so that he is waiting for Krishna to appear. And few days before, when Balram appears from Rohini's womb, he doesn't cry, he doesn't laugh, he doesn't play. He's a very, very dumb boy. Everybody in the house of Yashoda Maiya, Rohini staying with Yashoda Maiya, thinks that what kind of boy is born here? He doesn't cry, he doesn't laugh, he is very dumb. But whenever Yashoda Maiya picks up Balram, whenever Balram is in the lap of Yashoda Maiya, who is pregnant with Krishna, Balram is very joyful and laughs, because Krishna is in the womb of Yashoda Maiya. So he feels very close to Krishna, he is very happy. So when Krishna appeared to Yashoda Maiya at dead night, after Vasudeva left baby Krishna and went, the first person to came to the room of Yashoda Maiya was Balram, who woke up and crawled and came to the room, and he saw baby Krishna. When Yashoda Maiya is sleeping, even before Yashoda saw Krishna, Balram saw Krishna. And when he saw Krishna, baby Krishna sleeping, he said, Hari Bol! Now Masti Shuru! Now we will start our Masti, now we will start our naughty activities. Till that he was very dumb fellow. I mean, he didn't show very active life. But as soon as Krishna appeared, he knew that now my master has come, we will start nice Masti. So without Lord Balram's blessings, we don't receive Krishna. So we should equally pray to Lord Balram, especially on Balram Purnima day, to bless us with Krishna's devotional service. Okay?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thanks a million for enlightening us on that part also. And Prabhuji, one last question. What is the significance of this Chulan Yatra? What is the significance of having Krishna and sing?
Yeah, so it is not before Janmashtami. Krishna appeared and then he had pastimes with his mother, then he had pastimes with his boyfriends, then he has pastime with his girlfriends. So one pastime is Julan. What happens is in the summertime, in the time after rainy season, it is little hot in Vrindavan, Shravan Mas. Because rain has come, but still there is moisture in the air and the heat has come out of the ground. So it is the best time to give Jhula, which gives the cooling breeze to the Lordship of Radha and Krishna. So gopis and devotees offer Jhulan to him, and he swings with Radharani and they enjoy confidential pastimes. So this is, for them it's an enjoyment, and for devotees an opportunity to give them some more comfort. So this is a time, Shravan time, season, where cooling breeze is offered to the Lord. First Chandan Yatra, Chandan is offered, but still he feels hot due to the season. So cooling breeze is offered to him through swing festival. And there are lots of nice pastimes where swing happens, and Radharani and Krishna are sitting on the swing, and all the gopis and sakhas are singing and dancing and decorating and feeding and enjoying. And then after Radharani enjoys, she allows all the sakhis also to sit on the jhula and have a nice ride with Shyam Sundar. Okay?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thanks a million. And first and foremost, you have to thank Prabhuji for giving us such a short notice. Prabhuji has given this lecture, and that too with Julan Yatra festival being organized in the temple. And he is one of the main person who is taking care of the entire organization. But still, he has taken out. So you'll say 3 times Haribol to Prabhuji and thank Prabhuji for giving us such an enlightening class. Haribol, Haribol.
We can take questions if some participants have questions.
Anybody has got any doubts, questions? Please ask. Yes, yes, ask. जिसके पास भी questions doubts है पूछ सकते हैं.
Prabhuji, I have one question.
Yes, yes, पूछिए
Yes.
प्रभु.
When can we see you next?
When can we hear you next?
Oh, you don't have my address? You can come now.
I mean your lecture, Prabhuji.
Yeah, we can organize one more class. That's not a
Yes,
problem.
yes. Definitely we'll be arranging it, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Okay, anybody else has got any other doubts, questions?
Prabhuji,
Yes.
Just mute Rajgopal Prabhu. Yeah.
yeah. I do not have any doubt, but I actually like the Vyakhya of Avatar and Avatari.
Yeah.
That was really, एक ही word में मतलब there was lot of meaning.
Depth.
When you talked about Avatar and Avatari.
That was really, and that was a nice catchy thing. And second catchy thing was how we have to learn from Prabhuji how things are presented in an interesting manner. This is something which I always adore from Prabhuji's lectures. You know, the thing may be nothing great. Every Kathakar has said till now, every Kathakar has said, अरे क्या है कृष्ण का जन्म हुआ रात को 12 बजे सब बेड़ियां छूट गई और कृष्ण बाहर आ गए मतलब वासुदेव कृष्ण को लेके बाहर आ गए, but it's the same thing, nothing new, but the way the tattva which is there inside, and that is that is brought out. So it's for all you all people also, it's a way of learning from stalwarts like Prabhuji, that how we present it in front of the people and make it more interesting so that they also get affected.
Prabhuji, I would like to say one thing here.
Yes, Prabhuji.
It was so captivating, so captivating.
Yeah. Prabhuji has got a knack of how to keep, get the nerve of the audience, and as I told you, he's a very, very, very senior and
Well, Krishna's pastimes are captivating. It's live telecast. Live telecast is always captivating.
Thanks to you, Prabhuji. Thanks to you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Thanks to
Prabhuji.
our Guru who has been able to do it with you.
They're all. I got 8 Shiksha Gurus basically. One of the 8 Shiksha Gurus is Gokuleshwar Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
And I think you will have to run for the management downstairs. So I'll take your leave. Thank you
Hare
very much.
Krishna.
And we'll
Hare
plan it some other time, Prabhuji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.